How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another episode here in our UFC save on WMMA 5. And if you missed the last episode, then you missed a big one. Our new heavyweight champion of the world is Francis Ngannou. Daniel Cormier has retired. We are going to sign him to be a part of our commentary team. We also have a new bantamweight champion of the world in Magic Marlon Moraes. Beat Henry Cejudo after it seemed like he might lose. So, a lot of big things happening. Now let's get down to booking some fight cards. Super excited to bring this stream for you. This is honestly one of my favorite parts of this save is just, booking everything and figuring everything out. Doing all the little things that might seem boring, but is very important. And I see Roy Nelson is able to be negotiated with. Let's take a look at our emails first. We don't want Marlon Moraes to go to Bellator. We're the only offer he's considering. Ryan Span's getting offers from one. We're the only one he's considering. Jessica Miele. 10-3 featherweight. There we go. She's a little on the old side, but we could always use featherweight, so let's go ahead and give her a contract. Jay Herbert. Lost in his last fight. We'll go ahead and sign him up. Ooh, don't want to corrupt the save there by putting in a special character. Have you done the card yet? No, I haven't booked anything yet, but we're about to. Right now we're going through our emails. We're going to look to see if we can potentially get some new media partnerships going on. And then we're going to do our whole big shebang-a-bang where we go over booking, which I know is super exciting. A little bit of sarcasm, but for some of you, that might legitimately be the most exciting part. David Dvorak coming off a win. Brian Ortega. Yikes. Imagine him going to 1FC. Nope. Da Un Jung. 3-0 in the UFC. Definitely would like to keep him. Offer him 2K. Considering he's well wanted. He's a wanted man. Oh, have I done the pay-per-view yet? Yes, I did. Do you care about spoilers? Or are you going to be watching, the replay on YouTube? And I'm not getting a response. So if you don't respond in the next 30 seconds, I'm probably going to talk about it. So if you care about spoilers, let me know. Blachowicz needs to be re-signed. It's been a while since I've been able to book some WMMA 5, so I'm actually a bit excited. Let's just, so we already got that. Jamal Hill. Coming off a loss. Well, let's see if we want to cut anybody from the last show. Yeah, Francisco Rivera is going to go. Low-level national in Canada, so we'll keep him. Siri Kondo, we're probably going to send down to Invicta. And then Aspinall. Yeah, we're going to be letting go. And then Siri Kondo, let's send her down to Invicta right now. Jamal Hill, let's re-sign. But anyways, I don't know. I'm bored. If you we have 2 new champions. We'll just put it at that. We have 2 new champions, and I'm sure if you continue watching the stream, you're gonna see anyways. All right. Jimmy Rivera. Only one he's considering. Henry Cejudo. Bellator is getting a little aggressive here, huh? Only one he's considering. Brian Ortega. It's fine. It's fine. Rakic. Only one he's considering. Dmitry Sosnovsky, huh? Grant Dawson. See, some of these guys you might not even be re-signing, but this guy, yes. Give him the extra 250, but you can be cut after a loss. Kind of a douche move, but necessary. Ricardo Lamas has a fight scheduled. Carlos Diego Fajeda, coming off a loss. Ooh, no, 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 no. Don't want you to get mad at me, sir. Emil Meek. Do you think you can pick up Rama? Are you talking about Smilino Rama? We'll check on that in a little bit. Just remind me. Emil Meek. Can you be cut for free? Yes. Goodbye, Emil Meek. Sheldon Westcott. Coming off a win over Mickey Gall. Yeah, just remind me, because I think he's already on contract with KSW or somebody. Wonder Boy needs to be re-signed. Let's get that taken care of. Blachowicz, I think I already offered him a contract. Yep. Jared Cannonier needs to be re-signed. Chikadze needs to be re-signed. Christian Lee can now be renegotiated with. Four straight wins. Let's go ahead and get this kid in. All right, Christian Lee coming to the UFC soon. Let's see here. Courtney Casey has a fight scheduled. In December. Yeah, we want to keep her, obviously. But it might end up being an Invicta contract, so we'll go ahead and make it kind of like that. Okay. Talia Santos coming to the end of her contract. We'll let her go to the end of her contract. That's fine. Roman Kopylov. 2 straight losses. Sean Brady. I know he has 3 straight wins, right? He's fighting against Matt Brown. Definitely want to keep him around. Rodolfo Vieira coming off a loss. Jorgen De Castro. Sabina Masso. She's got a bit of a winning streak going on. Surprised that she's not ranked. Todorovic. 8-0. Has a fight scheduled. Antonio Arroyo. Ooh. Oh, okay. And Tim Elliott needs to be renewed. All right, cool. So now let's see what's going on here. Roy Nelson negotiations. High-level national beat Fedor. He just beat Fedor. Let's bring him in, huh? Wow, he just beat Fedor. That's wild. Okay. Roy Nelson. Probably going to be getting him back. Eric Silva, no thanks. Steven Seiler, no thanks. No thanks. Ooh. Janae Harding? She's a featherweight. I can send her down to Invicta. Asakura. Featherweight. Coming off a loss, though. Yeah, no thanks. Zach Freeman from Bellator. Has a fight against Ryan Couture. Nah. Valerie Lareda. Yes, if you know anything about Valerie Lareda, look at her. Oh my god. Marketability. Yeah, very, very, very strong. Let's give her an Invicta contract. Priscilla Gal. Daniel Weichel. Ooh, Leah McCourt. She's a featherweight, right? Yep. Let's go ahead and bring her in on an Invicta contract. Let's see if there's any. No. Anvar Amirli. Wide hips. Who are you talking about there? Valerie Loretta? Azerbaijan. He has a fight scheduled. No thanks. He could end up losing that. Okay. All right. World rankings. Let's check them out. Okay. So now, let's get to some booking, shall we? Rory versus Burns is already set up. Grant versus Kabalov. There we go. Okay. All good there. So that one is all done being booked. Now the New Jersey card, Shevchenko versus Chukagian. Says it'd be a decent main event. It'll have to do. Garbrandt fighting against Ricky Simone, main show fight. Serkinov Santos, main show fight, high level national. High level national. High level national. Okay. Pay-per-view providers. Yeah, let's go through that now. So yeah, exactly. Your application has been rejected as Sky Pacific don't want to be showing your content when their rival main event R2. So we can't. It's exactly what I figured. And it's going to be the same for anybody who has, who has a competitor who's already having it be shown. So that's not going to be doable, sadly. Okay, looks like that one's all good. Krylov versus Menafield. Okay, that looks good. what? That's insane, but this is gonna be on the main card, so. Okay. Do you plan on doing Izzy versus Jones? We'll have to see. Because they both got their own things going on in their divisions. So if they end up meeting, naturally, then sure. But I'm not going to just, make the fight just to make it. And then Vera versus Kenny. Okay, let's organize these prelims. Yeah, at least 3 defenses before a super fight. That definitely makes sense. All right. So now, let's go over our champions and see who's available. So we know Jones versus Reyes is definitely going to happen. And I think that'll definitely be the main event. And I think it's going to be... Do we want it in New York or do we want it to be in Vegas? I feel like Vegas, right? Because we also have Usman versus GSP, which I'm probably going to want to take to Quebec. So that'll probably be the next month. Jones is a bit, yeah, definitely taking him to Vegas. And then we can do Benavidez versus Johnson as well. Okay. So week 4, January 2021. In Nevada. Looks good. Alright. Looks good. Alright, so that one is set up. All right. So we have our two title fights for UFC 258. It's going to be Jones versus Reyes and Benavidez versus Mighty Mouse Johnson. Now let's see who else we have that's available. JDS is ready to fight. Be Olenek. Is Miocic back soon? I don't think so, right? Yeah, 3 months. Stefan Struve. He's back in 4 months, 5 months. Back in 3 months. Everyone else is basically booked up. Only one that isn't is Justin Willis, who's not popular. Gane's back soon. Thoughts on Jones vacating the title? It's not real. He'll be back. He better be. I'm debating Gane Willis or Gane Dos Santos or Willis Dos Santos. I feel like Willis Dos Santos makes the most sense. Because everyone in the top 10 is either busy or hurt. But then again, Gane's been around more, and he's got wins against top 10, so yeah. I feel like it should be Gane, actually. It'll be a super big test for Gane. But a win over him, boom, top 5, instant, maybe title contention possibility. So other than that, it's Justin Willis. We need to find something for him. Maybe Ivanov, is he back? No. Walt Harris. Abdurakhimov. No. Rogerio de Lima. 33 days. Travis Brown. No. Tabura. 40 days. We do Alexander Emelianenko. Todd Duffy back. 5 days. Arlovsky. Medical suspension, 33 days. But we also have Rothwell coming in. And when is he going to be good by? Or not Rothwell. Roy Nelson. Alexander. Are you talking about Emelianenko? Okay, so when's Roy Nelson going to be good? Where's he at? Because when he gets signed, he'll be good in 13 days. Okay. So I'm thinking Nelson versus Willis. Maybe Emelianenko versus Duffy. Mid-level national. Emelianenko versus Duffy. Light heavyweight division. Obviously, Jones versus Reyes is going to be happening. Could you do a Japan card? Yeah, so I saw that his popularity was really high in Japan, and I was thinking about that. That could be really interesting. But who do we have that's popular in Japan is my question. Uzdemir, back in 19 days. Gustafsson, back in 5 days. So Gustafsson, we need to find something for him. Shogun, maybe? 33 days. Gustafsson versus Shogun. Have they fought? They have, but about 10 or 8 years ago. And I'm thinking we take that to Scandinavia. Jan versus Vulcan, maybe? Is he good? He is good. So Vulcan versus Jan. And then Scandinavia. Gustafsson versus Shogun. Maybe instead of a UFC in Japan card, we have it be a Pride card and we switch the rules to Pride. Yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not. When would the UFC ever do that? And you know me, I'm a big guy as far as like realism and stuff. I'm already doing a Pride save. I appreciate the idea and I get it. And it'd be cool if it happened, but it just wouldn't happen. And I wouldn't do it. Vulcan versus Jan, Ryan Spann. He's back in a month. When's Anthony Smith back? 3 months. Rakic, he just lost. Glover Teixeira's back. Teixeira versus Spann? Alby's back in 5 days. I'm thinking Teixeira versus Spann. Emelianenko versus Overeem? Yeah. Where is Overeem at? Oh, Overeem tested positive for PEDs. That's right. He's not even in the save right now. He's out for about a good 6 months. So Teixeira Spann. And what else did I have in mind? Alvey needs a fight. Who did Alvey beat last time? Theo Roundtree. So someone in the top 20 for him. Kutalaba. Back in 19 days. He beat Alexichuk. So I feel like Kutalaba and Alvey should fight. Kutalaba versus Alvey. Now Alexichuk does need something. Coming off the loss. He's on a 3-fight losing streak. So he should probably fight someone down here. Eric Anders. 19 days. Jim Crute. 33 days. Cleo Roundtree. 12 days. Okay, so Alexichuk Anders. Have they fought before? They have not. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. That was a terrible spelling, but oh well. And then Kroot's not back, but Khalil Roundtree needs a fight. So Khalil Roundtree versus somebody. Alright, so let's see here. Derek Brunson, back in 3 months. I think we're talking about Tavares versus Costa, right? 12 days for Tavares. $19 days for Costa. $12 days for Jacare. So Tavares Costa definitely looks like the fight to make because Brunson's out for a while. So let's go ahead and do that. Sosa Cannonier, is he back soon? No, he's not back for 3 months. Jotko, he's on hiatus. Uriah Hall, about 50 days, 2 months. Kelvin Gastelum, about a month. David Branch is out. Chris Weidman. 4 months. Akhmedov. Coming off the win over Shabazian. I feel like him and Sosa might make sense. Everyone's kind of dealing with injuries and stuff. He's coming off a win over pretty good prospects. So him versus Sosa might make sense. And then Sosa would probably be a winnable fight for him as well. Shabazian is also ready. Sosa and Gastelum, have they fought? They have. Should we take Jocko out of the rankings? Well, he's still in the rankings, you know? But he's just on hiatus. And he'll continue to go down as he's on hiatus for a lot longer. Carlos Jr., not back for a while. Heinisch, injured. Theodorou just won. 5 days. Oh, Branch needs to be taken out of the rankings. Yeah, so let's take David Branch out because he just tested positive for something. So he'll be out of the rankings soon. Jotko. Yeah, I mean, he's on hiatus still, so we can take him out. What's his first name? Christoph. He's on hiatus. So we'll get put him as unassigned too. So now he really will be out of the rankings. Theodorou, who did he win against? Against Mearshart. He's back in 5 days? Yeah. Ooh, Theodorou versus Shabazian? Theodorou versus Shabazian it is. Update him. Yeah, definitely looks a little cleaner. It's just all of these aren't going to be, looking updated, but it is what it is. Andrew Sanchez and Zach Cummings enter the rankings. Should I just have them fight each other? Sanchez versus Cummings, I guess. All right, so we know that Usman St. Pierre are going to be fighting for the title on the February pay-per-view. Chiesa's good to go. Now, Woodley is still out for a while, 6 months or so. Covington just beat Ponzinibbio, and he's going to go in 40 days, so I'll leave him be for now. Leon Edwards, back in about a month. Ponzinibbio just lost. He's good in about a month. So I think I'll leave the top there kind of on its own for now. Everything else is kind of booked up. Dong Yun Kim needs a fight. Kunchenko versus Dong Yun Kim. Has Edwards fought Ponzinibbio? That'll probably be what we do, but not this month. But Dong Yun Kim versus Kunchenko. Pound for pound rankings. I'll take a look at that in a second. Weirdly enough, I think Jose de Silva was like pound for pound number 2 or something like that. But look at everybody's booked up in the welterweight division. You love to see it. Lightweight division, Yakinsa versus Gillespie. Alright, so let's see here. Reyes is booked. Quinta versus Gillespie. I think that's a fight to make. Quinta beat Poirier. Gillespie beats Oliveira. I think the winner of that fights the winner of Habib versus Conor. Yeah, let's do it. And they're both from New York, so let's just make that a New York card, huh? Poirier, when is he back? If Habib wins his rematch with McGregor, that would mean he's eligible for a super fight. I mean, yeah. But if there's a challenger ready for him, then like Usman. Usman or GSP, should he win against Usman? That could be something we do, especially considering the welterweight division. Well, Chiesa's right there, though. That's the thing. There's already, yeah. I mean, it would be exciting, but Chiesa's right there. waiting for the welterweight title holder. I mean, unless we were to do like, didn't Chiesa already beat Covington though? No. So we could do Chiesa Covington in the meantime, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, you do make a good point. Usman versus Khabib, Conor versus Usman. That would all be very exciting. Okay, so let's see. Dustin, when is he back? $40 days. So we'll leave him be for now. Oliveira, back in about a month. Cowboy Cerrone, back in 3 months. Moicano is ready to go now, but he lost to Dariush. Moicano versus Michael Johnson. When is Dariush ready? 12 days. Johnson versus Who did Johnson beat? Islam. Johnson versus Dariush? Or Dariush versus Oliveira? Yeah, Dariush Oliveira, and then Moicano versus Johnson. So Oliveira versus Dariush, and then Johnson versus Moicano. Winner of Nate and George could fight Chiesa or Colby versus Chiesa. I'm thinking Colby Chiesa. Yeah, because Nate Jorge isn't necessarily going to be a big factor on the title. But Jorge Colby could happen. You know, Nate Colby could happen. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen. All that I know is that GSP's fighting Usman for the title. Kevin Lee is back. When is Felder back? No. Tysimov? Diego Fajeda? Tysimov versus Kevin Lee? Let's do it. And then Carlos Diego Fajeda needs to fight somebody. Is James Vick back? He is. Diego Fajeda versus James Vick. Islam is not back. So Fajeda versus James Vick, and then Nick Lentz versus somebody. Okay, so that's the lightweight division. Featherweights. Zabit is number 1 contender. When's Ortega back? It says only a month, but we'll leave him for the next month. Edson is ready to go. Lost to Chad Mendez, who's number 8. So he really should be fighting someone outside of that. So when's Yair back? 5 days. Edson versus Yair? A Street Beefs game, Backyard MMA Company? What is that exactly? Yair versus Edson. They haven't fought, have they? No. Cub Swanson. Back in a month. Mendez. Back in 19 days. I'll leave Swanson and Mendez for next month. Burgos. Ooh, he's out for a while. Korean Zombie. 2 months. Arnold Allen. Out for 2 months. Calvin Cater. 12 days. Bibiano Fernandez would be a debut. 25 days. Lance Palmer would be a debut. 2 months. I'm thinking Cater versus Bibiano Fernandez, maybe? People from Facebook who meet up to fight, but somehow the creator has money to make a game. I mean, that's cool. Do it. Cater versus Fernandez. Yeah, let's do it. Alright, bantamweight. So we know Jan is getting the next shot at Moraes. When is Jan ready? 27 days. When's Moraes ready? About 3 months. Faber. 19 days. Dillashaw. 28 days. I think we'll leave that for next month, but Faber Dillashaw will be a fight that we make. Cejudo, not back for 2 months. Jimmy Rivera, who just fought, not back for 4 months. Rob Font, 2 months. John Dodson, 19 days. Dominic Cruz, 12 days. I think we'll leave Dominic Cruz and all the bantamweights for the next month. Frankie Edgar, back in 40 days. Montel Jackson, newly ranked, 5 days. Will Dodson fight Jackson? We'll try it out. Dodson versus Jackson. Faber versus Henry. Well, Henry's not back for a while, and I'm gonna do Faber Dillashaw because there's a lot of animosity between the two. I was for a split second thinking about Cruz versus Faber, but that's been done 3 times already. If anything, I would do Dominic Cejudo, but I would wait on that. All right, flyweights. De Silva's waiting on that fight. Pantoja, Figueiredo. 40 days. 3 months. Dustin Ortiz. He's ready to go. He lost to... Who did he lose to? Housier? Housier. Ali Baga Utinov. Back in 19 days. Dustin versus Ali. Espinosa. No. Yeah, Dustin versus Ali. Kape versus McCall. Cruz versus Aldo, maybe. McCall versus Kape. Ryan Benoit. Is he back? He just won for 2 months. Campazano. About a month. Brennan Royval. Royval versus Page. Okay. Okay, so the Spencer Letson fight can happen now. So if we get Holm back, I think Renault versus Holm would happen. But is Holly Holm, like... She would be ready, okay. Renault versus Holm, that's basically a #1 contenders fight. When's GDR back? 12 days. When's Lad back? 26 days. When's Vieira back? 40 days. Pena is on hiatus, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking GDR Lad, but I'll save that for next month. Chason is ready. Sarah Kaufman. 19 days. Kaufman versus GDR at featherweight. Alright, so Chason. When's Kunitskaya back? 3 months. Pena's on hiatus. Avia? About a month. Edion Gomez. Lost to Carol Hosa. Where's Carol Hosa at? Maknatkina. Stolyarenko. Chason versus Maknakina, I guess. And then Gomez versus Stolyarenko. Remember to look at Rama. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Okay. Alright, let's do it. Let's get Rama. Done. Coming off a win as well, low-level regional. He's got a fight coming up, so if he wins that, that'll be a little added bonus, but we got him. Everyone else is booked up. Flyweights. Okay, coming off a win over Vanessa Porto. Carmouche versus Lee. Or Carmouche versus Andrea versus JoJo. No. Lee versus Carmouche, I versus JoJo. Unless they fought already. They haven't. Have Lee and Carmouche fought? They haven't. So Lee Carmouche, I Calderwood. Lauren Murphy. 5 months. Paige Van Zant. 12 days. So Van Zant versus somebody. Van Zant versus Dern? Ooh. Yes, please. And that would be a little bit of a bonus to Dern, too, if she were to win. Battle of the Beauties. Porto isn't back for a while. Shevchenko isn't back for a while. Wu versus Vienna Mota. Lost to Jiyeon Kim. Where's Jiyeon Kim at? She's not ranked. Huh? Ashley Evans Smith coming off a loss to Mackenzie Dern. Araujo versus Evan Smith. When will be... Oh, I already got him. I already got Mighty Mouse. He's already contracted with me. He's already scheduled to fight for the title. And that's going to be on... I literally just booked that for the pay-per-view that we just set up. Joanna back in 40 days, so we'll hold off on her. Karate Hottie back in 5 days. Nama Eunice back in about a month. We'll hold off on her. Zhaonan Yan back in about a month. We want to do Joanna versus Yan. Gadella back in 5 days. Maybe Karate Hottie versus Gadella. Hasn't been done yet. Andrade back in 12 days somehow. Grasso back in 5 days. Andrade versus Grasso. Miranda Marcos. Is Nina back soon? Month. Tiburcio? Yeah. Marcos versus Tiburcio. All right. And that is it as far as, preliminary booking. Now we need to figure out where we want these cards to be. So we really only need one location. We have Scandinavia and we have New York. We have Vegas for the pay-per-view. Now looking at these, I'm thinking another international card. Maybe Japan, like someone mentioned. I wonder, who do we have that's popular in Japan though? So we have quite a bit actually. What about low-level national Japan? What about mid-level national Japan? Okay, so Emelianenko, definitely one of them. Oh yeah, we got Gilbert Melendez back. Gane versus Dos Santos. I feel like Gane versus Dos Santos can main event that card. All right, first card in Japan. Chiesa versus Covington, Japan co-main. Covington? No. Hold on. Yeah, the Emelianenko fight will definitely be on the Japan card. He's out for 40 days anyways. I'll probably wait on that. Well, Chiesa's already got a title shot in line. But if I absolutely have to, then yes, Chiesa Covington would be the fight to make. Ponzinibbio Edwards would be another fight to make, probably. Okay. So we have our 4 cards: Vegas, Scandinavia, New York, and Japan. I think the New York card is going to be the one that I make the ABC card. Yaquinta Gillespie, well, that, I don't know if that'll be able to... Maybe the Scandinavia one, because that is a better main event, technically. Why am I blanking? Oh, yeah. Okay. So Dern versus Van Zant could potentially be on the pay-per-view, which I think would actually be pretty good. Carmouche, Lee. Oh, that's Angela Lee. But yeah, Dern Van Zant will definitely be on the pay-per-view. When is Van Zant back? 12 days. Awesome. Okay, let's see. Okay, so Johnson. Who is Johnson supposed to fight? Versus Moicano. Who's Teixeira supposed to fight? Span. I think Johnson Moicano might be a little bit better. Okay, so lightweight. It says it would be a prelim fight. Okay, so maybe not here. Vulcan versus Jan. Teixeira versus Span. Tavares versus Costa. Yair versus Barbosa. Like, there's a lot of choices to put on the pay-per-view. But Dern and Van Zant is definitely going to be on there. That really only leaves 2 spots. Renault versus Holm. Tavares versus Costa, I think, would be okay on the pay-per-view. Mid-level national. Costa's low-level national, only in South America, though. Vulcan and Jan, I feel like, should be in Scandinavia. Teixeira versus Span. Okay, well, let's set up the rest of the cards. And then this one... I'll make it the New York card. Oh, whoops, 2021. Kanto, Japan. And then Scandinavia. Boom. Great main event. Gillespie versus Yaquinta. Both from New York. Could we get a UFC even in South Dakota at some point? Yeah, we can definitely get a main card up there. An ESPN card for sure. I don't know about a pay-per-view, because that won't sell a lot of tickets, but a show for sure. Let's see. Donadir Dos Santos. Nelson versus Willis. Emelianenko versus Duffy here in Japan. Duffy's ready in like 5 days, right? Vulcan versus Jan. Teixeira versus Span. Mid-level regional. Kutalaba versus Alvi. Do y'all even have an arena? What do you mean by an arena? Oh, in South Dakota. I'm sure they do. They must. Yeah, because they have, yeah, come on. They have college basketball there, you know. There's sports in South Dakota just because it's not a very popular state. Nelson versus Willis. It's not very popular anywhere. Roy Nelson. High level national. Low level national. I feel like that would be good enough for the ESPN card. Or for the New York card at least. And then if it's not, we can just rearrange things around. Big country in the United States. Kutsalaba versus Alvi. That'll definitely be Kutsalaba. Maybe in the maybe he's popular in Scandinavia. No, not even. Yeah, that'll be a prelim fight. Oleksichuk versus Anders. Anders is not that popular, is he? Low-level national America. But Oleksichuk is not, correct? Yeah, no, he's on a losing streak. So yeah, that'll have to be on here too. Roundtree versus somebody. Can do that easily right now, I think. He's not available for a while. Does North Dakota have one? No way do they. Let's just do Crute versus Roundtree. Tavares versus Costa. Now, not in the pay-per-view, but on the ESPN card for sure. You hate North Dakota with a passion. Oh, you're from South Dakota? I have a couple coworkers who are actually from South Dakota. Tavares versus Costa. Sosa versus Akhmedov. Sosa. I could probably put that on the Scandinavia card. Speaking of the Scandinavia card. Gustafsson versus Shogun. Theodorou versus Shabazian. Level national in America. Maybe it could work. I doubt it. He's on a losing streak. Yeah, no, it's not. It's just not gonna happen because you can't have him on that main card. So. Sanchez versus Cummings. What is the North Dakota South Dakota Beast? Strong main event in Japan, so we'll go ahead and put it there. Hold up. Oh, no. Dong Yun Kim versus Kunchenko. Oliveira versus Dariush. Lee versus Taisimov. Arkansas, nice to see you, TJ. Vic versus Fajeda. A lot of fights still to book here, and not sure where I'm going to put him as far as main card wise. Still need to figure out something for the pay-per-view. Moicano, Johnson, can that go on the pay-per-view? Best to do the prelims. Let's see here. Vic versus Fajeda. Can probably go on the prelims. Nick Lenz versus somebody. Popularity low level national in America. Lando Venata versus Nick Lenz. Let's do it. All right. Yair versus Barbosa. Cater versus Bibiano. Isn't Bibiano pretty popular in Japan? Yeah. The rest of these, Dodson versus Jackson. See, they're both not back. I could just scrap that all together and just work on what I have right now, which is a lot. So I'll do that. Ortiz versus Bagotinov. Definitely a prelim. McCall versus Kape. Royval versus Page. Spencer versus Letson. Spencer versus Letson. Renault versus Holm might be good enough for the pay-per-view, especially just because of Holm. High-level region, I feel like that should be good enough, especially with Holm on there as well. Mackenzie Dern's already low-level national. Kaufman versus GDR. Chason versus Maknat Kina. Lee versus Carmouche. Caldwood versus I. Okay, Liz versus Carmouche. Caldwood versus I. Watterson Gadella. No, Watterson Gadella should be on a main card. Watterson versus Gadella will be in Japan. Andrade versus Grosso. Well, I wonder if it'll be able to be on the pay-per-view. Because they were good in America. What up, Gluttony? Really should be on here. Lee versus Tysimov. What are the other two fights that I have going on from New York? Tavares Costa, Oliveira Dariush. Yeah, I'm gonna put it over here. And then move the Oliveira Dariush fights to Japan. Andrade versus Grosso, that will have to be on a prelim. Who's McDonald versus Burns? So that's Rory McDonald. Rory McDonald is going to be fighting Gilbert Burns in the main event of a card in British Columbia, which is his home state in Canada. Chaselon versus Matt Nakina. Stolyarenko versus Gomez. Wu versus Viana Mota. Araujo versus Evan Smith. And Marcos versus Tiburcio. All right. Watterson versus Godella could be good enough for that card too. Okay, so we got all of that. Let's see if we can just book something here. Catchweight male by popularity. See if there's anyone vastly popular that we're missing out on. Carlos Condit, high-level national. Gilbert Melendez, Duho Choi. Okay, Condit at welterweight. What can we can find something for him. This is main show fight. Adam Proctor. Main show fight, Kisriev. Main show fight, Logan Storley. Main show fight, Danny Roberts. Main show fight, Jack Marshman. Let's do Danny Roberts on a bit of a winning streak. All right. All right, cool. And then hopefully that all works out. Female heavy main card, but it is what it is. All right, so for the New York card, Yaquinta versus Gillespie. We have Al Yaquinta versus Gregor Gillespie, Moicano versus Michael Johnson, Nick Lenz versus Lando Venata. We're going to have Kevin Lee versus Ty Simov, Brad Tavares versus Paulo Costa, and then Michelle Watterson versus Claudia Gadella. The Japan card will be headlined by Junior Dos Santos taking on Cyril Gane, Emelianenko versus Todd Duffy, Glover Teixeira versus Ryan Spann, Calvin Cater versus Bibiano Fernandez, and then Dong Yun Kim. Who is he supposed to be facing off against? Kunchenko. Where are you at? Oliveira versus Dariush as well. The ABC card in Scandinavia will be headlined by Alexander Gustafsson taking on Shogun Hua, Volkan Ozdemir taking on Jan Blachowicz, Jacare Sosa taking on Omari Akhmedov, Yair Rodriguez versus Edson Barbosa, and then Sarah Kaufman taking on GDR in the featherweight division. And then Royval versus Page. Those are some prelims that are on there. A lot of them already on there, to be honest. And then, of course, our pay-per-view. John Jones versus Dominic Reyes for the light heavyweight championship. Benavidez versus Mighty Mouse for the flyweight championship. Mackenzie Dern versus Paige Van Zant. Hopefully, Holly Holm versus Mariana Renault. And then Carlos Condit versus Danny Roberts. Prelims are all on there. Still have some prelims to add up. McCall versus Cape, Grasso, Kudalaba versus Alvi. All good. Where are you at? Okay, cool. So we have two more prelims to add on here. Let's go ahead and do so. Okay, we got a lot of Scandinavian fighters here. How is this your hometown, buddy? Okay, so Alir Latifi, Mark Madsen. I like that. Okay, and then Mark Madsen. Where's he at? Middleweight? Let's do this one right here. It's fine. It's fine. That's fine. Okay. All good there. We already have the ones that we're gonna do there. Look at that prelim. Which one? There is a bug on mobile if you stream. Can you please change your output resolution so I could see? How's it going? I don't see any other problems from anybody else. So, I mean, it's been fine up until this point. I don't know really what to tell you. Just too phenomenal. TJ, what prelims were you talking about? The one you were on? Yeah, but which one? Are you talking about the pay-per-view ones? Or these? Yeah, these are a good chunk of prelims for an ABC card. And remember, we're doing 10 prelims for every show now. Andre Harrison. The ABC, yeah. A lot of ranked fighters on those prelims. Dang, look at all these guys who haven't fought in 6 months. That's insane. Nog, I can find you something next time. Deron Wynn gets a fight. Do you have to make the prelims long because that could waste money? Well, the thing is, I want to get as many fights as possible in because that'll just make them more popular. And then in the long run, it'll make a lot more sense, you know? Plus, I just like having a lot of fights on every card just to keep, you know, divisions moving along as well. Liam, nice to see you back. I don't know about wasting money, you know? Especially considering these guys are only making like $1,000 a fight compared to like $10,000 beforehand, you know? Yeah, exactly, Gluttony. Because I just want to keep, you know, divisions moving along. Want to make sure that people are, you know, remaining to get fights, you know. So I always just check to see if there's any hometown fighters, and then if not, I see who hasn't fought in 6 months or more. Sure. I try to book as fights as evenly as possible, or like fighters that are coming off losses fighting each other, and then fighters that are, you know, coming off wins fighting each other. Nurmagomedov is actually underdog in this one. I might end up releasing him if he loses that fight too. Ooh, both these guys are on winning streaks. But then as people just start losing, I'll also be like releasing a lot more fighters and, you know, freeing up space on the roster for people who are more deserving and whatnot. He's 10-0, but give him a shot, even though it looks like he's gonna get smoked. All right. That looks about as good as we're going to get it. So all 4 cards booked up. I will, of course, have to add in the to-be-determined guys later. Did your pictures kick in? What do you mean by that? How's Holly Holm doing? Holly Holm retired, but I talked her out of retirement, so we're trying to re-sign her. And Holly Holm is going to be fighting against Marion Renault. And whoever wins this fight is going to be the next #1 contender for the Bantamweight Championship. So that's where we're at right now. And as far as this, we're actually done. So I am probably going to be taking a little break. So this has been about a good 2 hours or so of booking. So I was happy I was able to bring it for you guys. I might do the Pride save in a little bit, but I do want to get something to eat first. So I will see you guys later. If you guys are watching, thank you on YouTube. Be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch so you guys can catch live streams all the time. Thank you guys. The next time that I see you will be for UFC on ABC, Diaz versus Masvidal 2. Main event, Nate Diaz taking on Jorge Masvidal. Co-main event, Anthony Johnson returning against Fabricio Verdum in the heavyweight division. Wonderboy Thompson also going up against Mike Perry. Should be a great show. Happy to bring it to you. I'm AZPlyo21. I will see you guys later.